So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Throwing is Ward. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick six, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick six, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Virginia Beach. First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now Ward. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The catch and run there, good for 16 in the first.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Christian Harris. And the Texans are going to get the football here at their own 23.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes it's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the visiting Texans who came away with a victory. So they'll look to take the season series if they can win here in Houston. Now Stroud. That ball caught by the rookie from Georgia. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. When you look at this defense, they find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch. Nothing doing on that.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing now is Stroud. And that is incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Stroud. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Ward. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4. It started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Ward. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's good for Virginia Beach. 1st down.
Ready? To throw is Ward. And it's caught. Touchdown. Calvin Ridley with career touchdown number 60. And the Aviators have got it back to within a score. Now the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score Texans 14, Aviators 7.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin at the 35-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stroud. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Stroud to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Here's Stroud. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. It's a loss of 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
Stroud looking to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Luke Schoonmaker, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
An extra point by Ryland, up and good. And it's now 21-7.
88-7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, but the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Working out of the gun here, Ward. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Christian Harris. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TV. And that pick 6, Charles, that moves it up now to a 3-touchdown advantage. A great individual defensive effort there to continue what has been a very lopsided first half.
And I better buckle in my seatbelt, right? Because you know, as a former DB, when I see a pick 6, I'm up and jumping up and down watching it. Yeah, I'm supposed to be neutral, but those kind of plays, they excite me every time. They are in absolute control in this one. Nice play there.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. good return up past the 30. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Danielle Hunter. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Looking to throw. More. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Operating from the gun. Moore. Going for the deep ball. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
When he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing and then throw the ball.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 55 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Now they'll work with 4 receivers here on 3rd down and long. And Stroud now to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
Taking it about the 16. found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Come on. Let's go.
To throw is Ward. Throwing to start the drive. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one goes for 36 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 34.
Let's go.
Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Second and 13. Now he'll tuck this and run. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
But that was actually throwing game 101 right there. You challenge double coverage like that, you're liable to get burned. Fortunate, that was just incomplete.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Ward from the gun on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. Going for it. Here's Ward. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st.
On the 10.
At the 12-yard line.
Get it.
They'll throw again. Ward. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. So 8 yards on the completion there. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Ready, break.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
They'll look to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Aviators get a late score here, the final minute of the first half. Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good, and it's now 28 to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Here we go.
And just inside of a minute left, Charles, they got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete.
Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Stroud. That is caught. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Stroud working out of the gun. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there. 38 yards. And the Texans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Now Riley for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Texans 35, Aviators 14.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. Down the right sideline. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Ready?
This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Here we go. Set. Let's go.
Looking to throw. Moore. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And from here, might not be able to take a knee, might need to run a play here that's close to their goal line. Stroud from his own end zone. This goes out wide from Mixon. There he goes up the right sideline. Joe Mixon. The race is on. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
Ryland on for the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
The score, Texans.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory. This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild. And here's another completion for good yardage.
Back to throw now on first down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On the quick, right?
Mixing up the middle. Fights through it. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. They lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
They throw it out right complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up, because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
Yeah, deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. 76 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Here's 2nd and 3. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. So the completion good for just 3. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here we go. On 18.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
On 18. Okay.
He ran it last time. Now Stroud will throw it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
At their own 23-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Ready.
Throwing now, Ward. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Let's go. Cowboy 80, hot 70, hot 70. Ready.
To throw, here's Ward. A short throw caught by Andrews. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 34-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the
touchdown. A great play there. 31 yards. And the Aviators are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Extra point attempt to follow here. And that'll cut the lead down to 28.
Makes the score Texans 49, Aviators 21.
I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they're giving up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
2nd and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas. Now Stroud.
They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Got a man. It's Collins, complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So he stopped for no gain. And it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the 4th quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, the Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field?
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Stroud completes this out wide.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Texans are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, burrowing his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Here's Ward.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A 5-yard pass on a first down and another 5-yard connection there.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Throwing is Ward.
A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 18.
Fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. It moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready.
Again, it's Ward. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal. Now Ward. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Chigakakwo from 10 yards out. And the Aviators get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern in the middle of the end zone.
And ordinarily, that's a tough spot to find because there's usually coverage to take away that portion of the field. But they found a gap, and they exploited it.
Now for the point after. And that'll cut the lead down to 28.
Makes the score Texans 56, Aviators 28.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
18, outside.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he gets it down to the 32.
89 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
Look the hot, look the hot.
Stroud now on 4th down. He's got his target. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
118. What's that?
This is Mixon on the draw. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
Here we go.
They'll give it to Mixon, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
63, Aviators 28.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Okay, ready?
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Ready?
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. A partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready?
Ward. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
To throw is Ward. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Ward to throw for it on 4th. And Andrews lost the football. And this is going to be recovered by a member of the offense, but whistles are going to blow the play dead. Since it was 4th down, a fumble cannot be advanced by another player, but fortunately, they will have enough to keep the first down. Oh, now some trickery. They fake the spike, and that'll be caught. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. We are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
Let's go now. Ready?
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And my goodness, another interception. Jalen Petrie picks it up. And the Texans are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Intercepted.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
They'll let this go deep for Collins.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Play action. Here's Stroud. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And a throw right sideline is complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A gain of 28 yards there and give him the first down.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Here's 3rd and 10.
Ow, that's right.
And Stroud now to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Here's Stroud.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
So that one is 4th touchdown catch of the game, one behind the all-time record of 5. Now Ryland for the PAT.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Texans 70, Aviators 28.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just haven't been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Moore. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Ready, break.
Second and a couple.
Hey. 70 Timberwolves.
Back to throw. Moore. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Ward from the gun on third down.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence.
And now here's another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. It's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
Here we go. Hey.
Stroud to throw it.
And this will be caught. But forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season.